Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything to subscribe. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with a Prince of Swords, a fixed air energy. I feel like you're someone who is, you have this ability to focus. You're very determined. Yeah. I feel that you're somebody with high intelligence, and you have an ability to direct your intelligence toward making good decisions, right? I feel that you're somebody right now with a promise to keep or a mission to fulfill. Yeah, this is fixed air energy, right? It sort of suggests that, maybe we're having a difficult time sticking to the plan. Maybe with the double air energy here, right? We're having, it's like we're venting too much of our energy, right? That we need to somehow rein it in and concentrate it and consolidate things. Okay? I don't know if there's indecision right now, but there's something like it. Yeah. Let's put this card into some context. Let's see what is going on. 3 of Wands. The Fool. 2 of Wands. Are we going to get the Ace of Wands? 7 of Cups. Princess of Pentacles over here. The Moon card. And 9 of Wands. Okay. 7 of Swords. And a 10. There we go. 10 of Cups. Beautiful. We didn't get the Ace of Wands. I feel like we sort of need it, right? Because what we have here, we have 2, we have 3, and then we got 9, right? It kind of feels to me like you're spinning too many plates. I feel like you have too many things that you're going after. You have too many irons in the fire, too many businesses going, too many commitments, too many obligations. I feel like you're spinning too many plates. Now, if the Fool, maybe the Fool here is really this feeling that I don't know what to do with all of this, right? The Fool is kind of this energy that doesn't quite have a direction, doesn't quite know how to move forward. We're trying our very best to keep it all together, right, with our Prince of Swords. But I wonder if you have so many things going on in your life right now, that if you had a magic wand, if we had a magician, if we had an Ace of Wands here, maybe, and I think that's kind of what we're trying to do, is invoke this ability to do this. If you could magically get rid of everything that's on your plate right now, get rid of all these plates that are spinning, and just keep one, which one would it be? Which one would be left? If you had a million things going on in life, if you could get rid of everything but one, but that ace, what would it be? Because I feel that so far your life's been getting more and more complex, that your energy has been is being diversified more and more and more, 2, 3, and all the way to the 9, right? So there's an increase. If we could simplify, what is the one thing that you would do? If we can get rid of everything else, what's the one thing? And that one thing, if you were to go all in on it, how much progress could you make? If you went all in on this, and this kind of represents that one thing, if you put all your effort into this one thing, I think you'd get out of the 7 of Cups, you'd get into a 10 of Cups. It would be the ability for you to make progress in this one thing and have it be just go all in, put everything you have into this, and make it work and bring out the full maximum potential of this thing and be fully satisfied and reach this level of fulfillment and success and this satiety, right? This feeling of satisfaction. All of the energy that could be put into this is being scattered in, I think, a lot of other things. And what we're doing is we're not really experiencing the success or the satisfaction or the pleasure of any of them. Okay, let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set this down right over here with Alien Simon Mork Ripley right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. But it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments down below. All right. Now, let's look around the room. Where the heck are our major arcana? We just got these two, the Fool and the Dark Scary Forest of the Moon card, right? So, the Moon card, very interesting. Let's talk about this first, because this is a widening of the psychic aperture. It's an opening of the third eye with a wide, we're letting in more light, right? Our psychic aperture is very dilated. And so we're letting in more information about what's going on right now, right here in front of us, right? Rather than a very narrow aperture, which is focused on the future, focused on, well, maybe that 10 of Cups, right? We're so focused on that goal. Yeah, that 10 of Cups, that's where I'm going. I want that happiness. I want that dream come true. I want that success. I want that satisfaction and that fulfillment. I want that bliss. And we're looking way there, but we're not really focused on what's going on right around us right now. Okay? So with the widening of the psychic aperture, we're sort of defocusing from the goal, defocusing from that blissed out life of the future, and what's coming into focus instead is what's going on right now. And the realization that, oh, maybe I've been overextending myself. Maybe I've been spinning too many plates that, this is why I'm not getting to that goal that I want. This is what's kind of preventing me from doing that. It's kind of like we're so busy focused on the future that the current, the present, the immediate vicinity is kind of blurry. So we need to refocus that, right? And we need to bring into focus what we're doing right now in the present moment, which, of course, is what the prince is doing and the princess. These two cards are focused on right here, right now. What choices do I need to make right now to bring out the very best potential? What's the one thing that I can focus on? If I could get rid of all the other plates that I'm spinning, what's the one that I would focus on, that I would put all my effort into? Which is the one that I identify with the most? Which is the one that I can recognize as having the most potential? And by doing that with everything we've got, we're going to get here. That's going to be an inevitability. That's going to be almost a guarantee. Okay? But the Fool is kind of this, I feel with the Fool, it's somebody that's just like frazzled, So many things going on, I don't know which way is up. The Fool is just floating out here in space and like a feather on the wind is saying, I don't even know what day it is. I don't even know what time of the day it is. I don't know which way to go. I don't know which way my feet are pointing. I have no idea what's going on here. And I think there's a little bit of truth to this. It feels overwhelming. Okay? We got so many plates. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just spinning all these plates. But we're not recognizing that we're doing that. Because we're just thinking of this, we're focused on that long-term goal, focused on the life that we want. We don't even really fully realize that it's us spinning all of these plates right now that are creating the problem, right? That are creating the 7 of Cups feeling above you. It's this kind of it's a very nasty feeling. And we sort of feel that no matter how many plates we spin, no matter how fast we spin them, we keep sinking. Why? We're spinning too many gosh darn plates, right? So it really feels as if the answer is not start doing more different things, adding to your plate. That's the solution. No. The solution is simplification. Get rid of everything else except that one thing that you really, truly identify with the Three of Wands. This is a card of virtue. It's self-knowledge, gnosis, it's identity. It's the ability for you to recognize how your will, your focus, your attention might be split up into too many directions. What if we were to focus this? What if we were to consolidate all of this into one? That one thing with which you identify your true self as your mission, your purpose, your destiny in life, but also that thing that you recognize out there, outside of you, in this future position, what you recognize right in front of your face, really, that has the most potential. Out of all the plates that you are spinning, which one will really, if you put all your effort into it, which one is going to bring you the most success? Whatever the Ten of Cups is for you, satisfaction, fulfillment, whether it's money or joy or relationships or whatever your goal is, whatever that Ten of Cups is for you, whatever the good life is, right? We have to be able to identify that one thing. And then we have to have the Prince of Swords, the ability to commit to that. And say, this is what I'm doing, no matter how many other plates I see around me, no matter what plates somebody's bringing you to start spinning those. No, we're focused. I'm doing this thing. This is what I'm putting all of my effort into. This is the moneymaker. This is the one that's gonna really fulfill your desires in life and give you the life you want. But we've been sort of ignoring it because we have all these other plates to spin too. Okay. So anyway, we've got our two major arcana. We've got fire, fire, and more fire. We've got water here at the end, the ideal water. This is what I want, maybe someday, right? We've got this water right now that we are sort of, this is what we're getting. This is what we want, this is what we got. So something needs to change. We keep doing what we've been doing, we're going to keep getting this. And I think the solution is not more plates to spin, not more things on your plate, not more responsibilities or more commitments and obligations, but to consolidate, simplify. It doesn't mean you're going to work any less hard. In fact, it means that you're going to end up working harder, but on one thing that's going to bring you the most. That's going to get you where you want to go faster. Right now, the energy is being scattered. You may be working insanely hard, but not really seeing the progress. It's too scattered. It's too spread out over many different things. Let's bring it back. Right? Bring it back. Focus on that thing that means the most to you. Okay? And that Fool needs that sense of direction. The Fool with that consolidated, it's kind of like the Fool. Give the Fool an ace, any of the aces. And the Fool has now a purpose, has a destiny. The Fool becomes a knight of the Holy Grail. The Fool becomes the magician. Give it a wand of any kind. Give it any kind of ace. You know, whether it's literally a magic wand, whether it is a wand of power, whether it is a pen, right, or a sword, or a focus, right, a purpose, a mission, the one thing that's meant for you, and you're going to go all in. And you're going to do that thing, that one thing. And it's whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. The fact that we only have one earth card here is confirming that it doesn't matter what you're doing. What matters is how and why. What matters is, are you able to give this your full attention, give it all of your energy? It's a very ordinary thing. It's, you know, you have 1,000 businesses. Pick one and give it everything. You got 100 websites. Pick one. You got 20 YouTube channels. Pick one. The one that means the most to you, the one that's probably going to pay you the most or be the most successful or whatever your goal is. Pick the one thing and do it in an extraordinary way. Give it the extra attention. Give it the extra love. Give it all the strength of which you are capable. Okay. The Two of Wands in the background here, this may be a feeling as if, this is the card of dominion. It's the card of control. It may feel like the way The way I make progress is by my ability to handle a million different things at once. Is that the measure of someone's strength? How much you can handle, right? And the boss comes in and says, here's another pile of paperwork, here's another stack of things for you to do. All right, well, I'm proving that I'm a good worker. I'm proving that I deserve to be here. I'm proving that I'm valuable because I can take on a million different things. The more plates I'm spinning, the better I look. The more value I feel. Right? If I can keep all these plates spinning, then I must really be good at it. I must really be worth something. I must really be in control here. And it does. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of focus to be able to go from 1,000 different things and keep everything in order. Okay, but is that really the measure of your worth? Is that really the best way for you to spend your time, right? So again, we have this idea of the two must become one. The multiple must become the single. And we think that perhaps focusing on what is going to give us the most, I'm going to say the most bang for your buck, right? What can you focus on all of your energy and get it and put so much into it? Give it so much of yourself that the progress is astronomical, beyond belief. Right? Let's say this is you in the office at the workplace. And your boss keeps giving you more and more responsibilities, more and more things to do. Well, you know that the quality of that work is going to diminish, right? So is your boss one that just wants you to, it's quantity over quality. I don't care how well you do it. I just care that it all gets done by the end of the day, right? Sure, yeah, that's how a lot of people do it. I can do a million different things. I'll check them all off my list by the end of the day, and fine, I did them all kind of half-assedly, but they're done, right? I finished it. And this is kind of how most of us get through our day. I've been there. I had a job for 15 years where they would give you these quotas, these metrics that they wanted you to hit. And it was, it eventually got to a point where it was unreasonable. In the time allotted, with the tools that we had to use, we really had to struggle to get it done. And it's just like, well, you didn't reach your quota. Well, the only way to do that is to, perhaps cut some corners, perhaps sacrifice a little bit of the quality, not give it the attention it deserves because I got to move on to the next one. Right? I mean, that doesn't work. That doesn't work for long-term success. That doesn't work for short-term well-being either. Right? Think of a doctor that does that. I can't give any patient the attention that they deserve because I got to hurry up. Hey, I got 5 minutes with you. I got to get to the next patient. Sorry. Too many plates spinning at once. Rather than taking the time that really is required to make this something great, whether it's your YouTube channel or your business or your art or your life itself, right? Knowing that the true control we have over our life is our ability to focus our attention. And when we're just piling up our desk with more and more things to do, we're sort of losing control. We're getting buried under all that paperwork. Rather than knocking some of it back and really saying no to a lot of it. More no's, right? Less yeses. Shout out to bus driver. That is control. That is the measure of your strength, is your ability to sort of clear the deck and say, I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to give this everything I have, even when I'm bored, even when it's difficult. I don't have a refuge in another activity. You have a million things to do. Okay, well, when this one starts to get kind of boring, I'll go and do this one over here. And when this one gets boring, well, I've got a whole laundry list of things I got to look at and do. And it's that age-old problem. You got a million books you want to read. So you read a couple pages of one, man, it's boring. I'm going to move on to this one. I'm going to read a couple pages here. Okay, maybe this works for a day or two, and then it gets boring, and then we get another impulse, another desire. We realize that we're sort of neglecting this book over here, and we go and we read that one for a little while. We never actually learn anything. We never finish anything. All we're doing is burning our energy up. Okay? And I think this is starting to take its toll on you. I don't know if this is at the workplace or if this is you in your own entrepreneurial spirit, taking on too many tasks at once, rather than consolidating that energy and focusing on what progress we can make right now. This is kind of like we're being buried under it. We're sinking deeper in the quicksand. Okay. Sinking deeper in the quicksand. The Princess of Pentacles in that future position, of course, is the thing, right? It's the earth energy. The princess has the potential to become the empress. I'm really hoping the mystery card is going to be the empress. This is something that needs attention. It needs work. It needs your focus. It needs your effort, your energy, your time, your money, whatever. It needs your investment. It's one plate that's been spinning. You can't have 1,000 plates spinning and expect them all to become the empress, this successful, abundant, providing thing, like a real success where you're getting out of it more than what you're putting into it. Okay? So we focus on this one. And this is something that has tremendous potential. I think you have to identify which one this is by asking yourself, if I could get rid of everything else in my life and just do this one thing, which one would I choose? What would I do? And that's what we pursue, right? Maybe we make a list of all the things that we are sort of involved in, all the things that we are trying to do or that we've sort of started but never really finished, things that are kind of in progress. Make that list. And then say, which one of these, if I could get rid of everything else, which one would I keep? This is the keeper. And this is the one that has such tremendous potential inside of it. And now we're focusing all of our effort to bring out that potential. You can't have 20 cars in your garage, pretty big garage, I guess, 20 cars in your garage that all need work. And you're doing a little bit on each one every day. You're never going to finish any of them. One of them, you're going to get confused. You're going to put the wrong engine in the wrong car and tune the wrong one and the wrong wires or whatever. You focus on one. You get it done. You restore it. You bring out its potential. You bring it to whatever state of success you're going for. If these are your businesses, you can't be working on 10 different businesses at once. You put all of that energy into one of them, the one that you love the most, but also the one that has the most potential for growth, for success, for whatever that 10 of Cups is going to be. Now, let's talk about the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's free. All right. The moon card, again, represents the widening of the psychic aperture, the refocusing on what we're actually doing right now to recognize, oh, well, yeah, my energy's kind of scattered all over the place. Okay. This card's also talking about the dark, scary forest. We may feel as if we're not where we want to be. We're in the middle of a dark, scary forest. Where I want to be is at home by the fire, getting warm with a blanket and a hot cocoa. But we're not. We're in a dark, scary forest. So what we do is sometimes we think that if we surround ourselves with a lot of things, a lot of activities, it will keep us safe. Right? So if we have a fear, we all have fear in life. If we're afraid of not getting to where we're going, we're afraid of not getting that 10 of Cups, there's uncertainty. I don't know that I'm going to get there. So maybe I'll hedge my bets and I'll have 20 different things going on at once because one of them will have to work, right? One of them will get me home to the fireplace and the hot cocoa, right? Because it's kind of scary to put all your eggs in one basket. It's kind of scary to say, you know what, I'm going to follow one path out of the dark, scary forest. Okay, but sometimes it gives us a feeling of comfort and safety to know that we have a lot of things going on, a lot of things surrounding us. So if one fails, I've got 20 more of them. It's okay. It's like you've got 20 lawnmowers. Well, if one of them breaks, don't worry, I got more. Gives us a false sense of security. It's not helping us get to where we're going. It's not a very reasonable thing to do, So we also think we have all these, we're going to follow one path out of the dark, scary forest, and we have to put everything we have into going in that direction. We can't then say, well, I need to go in this other direction too to make sure I'm not missing anything over here. Because then what? We're going a mile this way, and then a mile this way, and then a mile this way, and a mile this way, and all we're doing is going in circles. Right? Sort of an Eight of Wands kind of feeling here. So that's the dark, scary forest. And it makes sense why we do this, right? Because it gives us a feeling of safety. When we're out here in this unknown, there's no certainty about life. I don't know if I'm going to get to where I want to go, so I might as well just have a lot of different irons in the fire because one of them will have to pan out. It's not going to pan out if we don't pan it out. Okay. And panning it out is what the Nine of Wands is all about. Feeling that connection, feeling that solid connection with one thing. Feeling it, right? It's the sun and the moon connected. And this is the real strength, and if this is what is a strong employee, right? Not one that can be stretched like a rubber band until they break. Not one that, okay, well, you know what, there's Paul in the corner. I'm going to see how much work I can give him before he just freaks out. I'm going to see how I can keep piling new work and new paperwork on his desk, new jobs, new responsibilities, new tasks, until he just can't handle it anymore. Right? And that's how I'll measure what he's capable of doing. That's absurd. That is absolutely absurd, right? It's not a gauge of a person's strength by how long they can keep a bunch of plates spinning. Like, what's the point, right? So the real strength, I think, comes from having a sense of purpose, having a commitment, having a kind of a singular responsibility, having a willpower that is unbreakable and saying, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm working on. And yes, maybe you have a lot of responsibilities in life, sure. Right? But when you're doing your work, you're not thinking about, oh, I've got to go and do my jiu-jitsu training later, or I still got to go to the grocery store and complete that task, or I still have to do all these other things today too. I do laundry and cook and fix the car and get gas or whatever. No, this is the work I'm doing. Right? So it's not about shirking your other responsibilities. But if you have, a dozen things that you're trying to build up at the same time, you're never going to get anywhere. So the real strength comes from our ability to sort of narrow it down, to pick one and go all in. Pick one, give it everything that you've got. When you have that connection with that sense of purpose and that singular will, you're unstoppable. Your performance is through the roof. You will achieve things in a matter of days that it would have taken you years to accomplish otherwise. Still a lot of hard work. Still challenges. You're still going to be tired. But you're going to be tired for the right reasons. You're going to be tired because you've put in 110% effort toward an actual goal, not 100% effort just walking around in a circle. If you're in a dark, scary forest, calories matter. You don't want to burn calories going around in circles, right? If you're going to burn calories. Might as well do it heading in a particular direction that you've chosen in a reasonable way, in a thoughtful way, in a responsible way, but you have chosen. And that effort is going to be enough to bring you to this success. I'm fully expecting Empress card in this mystery card. But the obstacle here, of course, is that Seven of Swords, that distraction. Right? The trouble, the difficulty we have of just ignoring all of the other things that are calling us, ignoring all the other work on your desk to focus on the one thing that really truly matters. Right? You may have, 100 business ideas. You've got to ignore most of those and focus on the one that you feel like has the most potential and that you can connect with the most, that will give you this sort of superhuman strength. Okay? The most difficult thing is recognizing the futility of having too much going on and no ability to commit to that central sword. See, we've got the ace right there. We just couldn't see it. The fool needs to grasp that ace of swords and become the knight on a quest, on a mission. But we can't see the ace because it's surrounded by all these other lesser swords. These are the distractions. Those are the ones that don't really matter. Those are all the things that you're involved with that are rendering all of your power and all of your effort futile. We won't get to the 10 of Cups if we can't find out which one is the ace, and our fool can grab it and become a knight of the Holy Grail. And then now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting to that 10 of Cups. That's beautiful. What about the mystery card? Obviously, I'm thinking Empress or Magician. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. 7 of Wands, fighting off all of the other nonsense, right? Again, with the fire energy. It's going to be a struggle for you to keep fixed on this and not to start to wander with your mind or with your attention and thinking, well, maybe I can just do a little bit of work on these other ones just in case. I don't want to let them totally die. I don't want to let them just completely fall away, right? So we're sort of, we're realizing that it's not easy to disengage from all these plates. We think, oh, just let me spin the plate, please. The plate's about to fall. The plate is about to fall down and break on the ground. I just need to go spin it just a little bit. It's so hard to resist that because it's scary. The sound of plates breaking around you, right, is scary. But you're focused on this one that means the most, that has the most potential, that will lead you out of the forest and lead you to your hot cocoa and your fire. It's not easy to resist that temptation, right, to keep spinning plate, or just that need, because it's scary to not have it. There's something that we feel safe when we're busy with a lot of different things, right? It's comforting in a way. Yeah, this is something that we're always going to have to fight against, is returning to that state where we've just scattered our energy over too much land, too much square footage or something, right? We need to consolidate that effort. Some things are not worth fighting for. The one thing that is worth fighting for is not going to get the attention it needs when we're busy fighting for all this other stuff that doesn't lead anywhere. Okay? Now, we're going to do an I Ching hexagram reading. We're going to do some oracle cards. Okay? In the extended reading, there's a link up here. There's a link down below. New readings for Cancer Tuesday and Friday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.